Hi, my name is Scott Weber. I'm the product manager for Geographic Calculator here at Blue Marble Geographics. And today we're going to take a look at our new cloud-based version of Geographic Calculator. The beta version of that is going to be coming out in very soon. And so we just want to give a little demonstration of how this works. And first, we'll just look at a few key features. So you can use this wherever you have an internet connection. So unlike the desktop product, you can be on the go with this. There are 3 calculators similar to the desktop: point calculations, point files, or in other words, spreadsheets, and then vector files like shape files, DWG files, etc. There's also a search function. You can go through the data source and look for certain geodetic definitions by name, EPSG code, location. You can filter by object types, and you can view well-known text and GML definitions. This is a fully cloud-hosted application. The data source lives on the cloud, and some of the calculations are done in the cloud, and some are done locally in your browser. It depends on how much memory the certain process that you're doing takes. You can access your files either locally, or if you happen to have files in Azure Cloud Storage, you can access them there, and AWS and Google Cloud Access is in development. And finally, I'll just mention that there are 3 virtual machine classes, and those are chosen based on the size of the input file. So now let's take a quick look at the application itself and do a demonstration. When you first sign in, you'll be on the home page, and then there are the search and calculator tabs. And let's take a look at the calculator tab first. And the point tab, this is for converting individual points that you enter interactively. And here I've entered a point in the state of Maine, 44 degrees north, 71 degrees west, and we'll assume the source coordinate system is WGS 84. And let's change the target coordinate system to NAD 27. So I'm just going to type that in the search bar here. And there it is. And then I need to select a coordinate transformation. I'll scroll down a little bit. And we can choose I'm looking for the NADCON transformation, and there it is. And so now my job is all set up and ready to go. And I can process it. And over here in the process manager, it shows success, and it actually shows the output coordinate there, as well as up under the target point definition. Now let's take a look at a point file job. And that is where we load a spreadsheet file or tabular data. And I've already loaded a file that has some longitude and latitude coordinates. I entered that there's 1 header row so that I have labels across the top here of longitude, latitude. There are a couple of additional columns that I won't be using. And then I'm going to add 2 columns, and I'll label the first one, or I'll select that it's the output geodetic longitude. And the last one will be the output latitude. And we can reuse the settings that we had for the source and the target are already filled from the previous job. And those are adequate for this purpose. We'll just assume WGS 84 to NAD 27. And likewise, my coordinate transformation is still filled in from the previous job. So I'm ready to process. And there we go, successful. And this writes the output file it downloads it if it's a local file input, and it will write it back to cloud storage if it was a cloud storage input. And then finally, let's take a look at the vector file tab. And here I'm going to actually select a file to open, and I'm going to use a shape file for the outlines of townships in the state of Maine. And it's loading that file. And there are 1,085 features in that shapefile. And now it has changed the source coordinate system because it read that from the PRJ file within the shape set of files. And it's NAD83 UTM19 North. And I'm going to go ahead and leave my target as NAD27. And so I have to pick a different transformation for this one. And I'm going to, again, select the NADCON. It quickly downloads the grid file for the NADCON transformation, fills it in, and we're ready to go. And I process that, and again, success. So all these output files for the point file tab and the vector file tab are in my downloads folder. Now let's take a look at the search tab. And here we can do things like, let's search for WGS84, but I'm going to do it by its EPSG code, 4326. Click search. Here are the results. Let's look at geodetic coordinate systems. Here's a list of WGS84 is the only item in this list. And I can select WGS84, or I can select actions. That's where I would go access the well-known text or GML definitions. But if I click on WGS84, it's downloading this from the cloud, so it takes a moment. And here is the definition for WGS84 with identifiers, history, point styles, area of use, all the typical things you would see. If I can open up any one of those subcategories like horizontal datum, and then I get the identifiers and history, etc., for the datum that underlies WGS84 geodetic coordinate system. And so there's a very quick look at our new cloud version of Geographic Calculator. And this is a beta version coming out soon. And let's take a look now at how you could participate in the beta process. So you need to be a licensed Geographic Calculator user to fully access the application. And in order to join the beta process, you would email beta@bluemarblegeo.com. And once I add you to the list, you will receive important information via email from Beta at Blue Marble on the release date, link to the application website, how to get started. If you're not a current Geographic Calculator user, we can add you to an order so that you can do beta testing for us. And there will be prizes for beta testers with the best participation. And I'll have more information on that at a later date. Once you're set up, you sign in with your Blue Marble Geographics account email address. And the point-and-point file usage is unlimited, but the vector file usage will be limited. And we're setting that up now for, it would be the equivalent of processing about 9025 megabyte files, very roughly. If you run out of credits, as we call them, then you can contact us and we can get you some more so continue testing. So that's it in a nutshell. We really hope that you'll want to participate in the beta testing, and this information is all right here. And I thank you for tuning in today.